Alright y'all, hi, welcome to Making a Musician. It's me, your host, Helen. Not me absolutely filming the beginning of this video and not having actually like hit record. What a gal, amazing. Okay, so we're here for the 3-week update, my 30 days of scales challenge. And the update is, I was really excited about this when I started it and now I absolutely freaking hate it. I totally have burned myself out on scales and I think this was absolutely avoidable. So let me talk about what I did wrong and just like chat about that for a second. So this challenge started out really good. I was super This challenge started out good and I was super pumped about it. I was really enjoying playing scales. I love scales for voice, I love scales for piano, but I was just doing way too freaking much. Week 1 was great. I was just playing a lot of scales. That was the goal, that was the dream. And then for some reason around the week 2 mark, I was like, oh my gosh, I should make the goal to not just play a bunch of scales every day, but to play all of my major minor scales 1 octave and 2 octave and like play them a certain number of times every day. And that's where we went astray. That's where we went wrong. If I hadn't moved the goalpost on myself, I would have had a great time and we would have been absolutely like here at the 3-week mark, just talking about how lovely this is and how thrilled I am. Which is not what we're doing. I should have taken the absolutely like unhinged look that all of my musician friends gave me when I told them what I was doing as a good sign that like I was doing too much and I needed to reel it in. And I didn't. So anytime I told any of my musician friends like how many scales I was playing in a day, they were like, that's not good. Like you need to calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. And I was like, no, I'm not. And I totally did. Like I didn't mess myself up bad. Like my hands are fine now, but I was experiencing soreness in my hands from the amount of scales I was playing, which is a good sign that you're doing too much. So yeah, I should have just trusted all of the very like capable and competent musicians in my life and been like, oh, you think this is a bad idea? This is a bad idea. I should stop doing this. But I mean, I didn't. The thing that got me to slow down on the scales was not even the pain in my hands, which like granted wasn't that severe, but it was still like I was having some discomfort. But it was the fact that I took a weekend away. I just like went on a trip and then I just realized like I'm tired, I'm burned out, I don't want to do scales. I had meant to bring a piano on the trip with me and I totally like forgot to actually set that up and organize that, so I didn't, and thank God, because that gave me a little break and I got to have a little perspective. And then I realized like I'm not having a fun time. I'm not enjoying sitting down and playing, you know, like effectively like 2 to 3 hours of scales a day. So why am I doing this? Since doing that, I have kind of like relaxed a little bit again, and then I started having fun playing scales again, playing piano again. The frustrating thing is I noticed that like the immense amount of time that I put into scales has really paid off. Like I noticed my sight reading is better. I have a really good sense of where my hands on the keyboard when I'm playing, especially like when I'm sight reading and accompanying lessons. And that's really frustrating because I did not go about doing this in a good way, and so like we don't want that positive reinforcement telling me that like what I did was probably unhealthy and not good, but it worked. You know, that's not great. I'm already planning my next 30-day challenge. I'm gonna be gone for a while in the upcoming month. So I think I'm gonna just do like 30 days of sight reading and just like sit down and sight read through something every day. You know, for my sight reading, I'm going for music that's lower than my current like playing ability, but like at the top of my sight reading ability. And I think that'll be fun. That'll give me exposure to a lot of different kinds of pieces. And maybe through that, I'll find some music that I really wanna work on. And I think 30 days of sight reading sounds fun, achievable, just sit down and sight read, and if it sounds terrible, that's fine, that's okay. Versus like 30 days of scales, I was totally kind of like unhinged with that. I went too far. We took it too far. Like I said, in the end, I think that this challenge was a really good idea, and it's really like frustrating to see how well this paid off. I wish that I had done this challenge on a smaller scale, no pun intended, so that then maybe I wouldn't burn myself out and then like now I kind of just like don't want to play scales every day, you know what I'm saying? I have completely burned myself out on scales, but I do notice that like my sight reading is better, both singing and playing actually. My knowledge of where my hands are on the keyboard is better, like everything at keyboard got a lot better after doing this challenge. So if you're trying to improve your skills on any instrument, I think that it's a safe bet to say that scales and fundamentals are a really excellent way of doing that. Elephant in the room is it's week 3 of a 4-week challenge. So I do still have 1 more week ahead of me, but I don't think that that week is gonna kill me. My plan for that week is just to go through all of the scales that I learned in the last 3 weeks and go through them maybe like once or twice every scale, and that should take me no more than probably 10 minutes which is a lot more reasonable than what I've been doing. Going forward, I'm gonna keep doing scales. I think that that's a really nice part of my piano practice. And I think that if I do like 3 to 5 minutes of scales a day, I will still see a huge improvement and I won't get burned out. The other thing for next week is like, if I don't feel like playing scales for a day, I'm just not going to, because I think it's better to take a day off than to burn out. That's something that this challenge has really reminded me of. I don't know why that's a lesson that I keep having to learn in life, but like here we are and I'm still figuring that out, but it's okay. I'll get it together eventually. Thank you so much for following along. Week 4 is coming in about a week or so, so keep an eye out for that. If you do your own 30 days of scales challenge, make sure you're doing something reasonable and sustainable. Don't burn yourself out on scales like I did. Take this as a cautionary tale. Be really nice to yourself. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. That's it for me today, so thanks so much. See you later. Bye.